Namaste students. Now, in the last session we started with the chapter classification and tabulation, third chapter, and we have seen what is classification, and we have also seen why we classify the information. Some of the objectives also we have seen. Now, in today's session we will discuss about the types of classification. Now, we will write which are the types of classification. We can classify the data based on four types. We can classify the data. In that first one, that is chronological classification. Then next comes there geographical classification. Then comes the third one, qualitative classification. Then comes last one, quantitative classification. The last one it is quantitative classification. So here there are four kinds of classification. Now we'll see one by one what are these classification. So we'll take the first one, that is chronological classification. So what do you mean by chronological? Here we classify the data based on the time or happening of an event. When we classify the data based on the time or happening of an event, we call it as chronological classification. Chronological means the time, based on time. If we classify the data, that we call it as chronological classification. So here we classify based on time. Then for example, you might have seen this kind of classification. For example, year and year production. The production of rice, we take production of rice. We start from 2000, then 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004 and 2005. We classify the data here. Now, production of rice. For example, 110 quintals, it's in quintals. Then 120, 150, 90, 160, 175. So these are the production in quintals. So here we classify the production on the based of time. That is 2000. What is the production of rice? 2001. What is the production of rice? 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. So here we classify based on the time. During 2000, on that point of time, what was the production? 2001, on that point of time, what was the production? So when we classify the data based on time, we call it as chronological classification. Then the next one, geographical classification. We see second one, that is geographical classification. geographical classification. When we classify the data based on geographical location. When we classify the data based on geographical location. What is that geographical location? Geographical location, it may be a country, it may be a different country, or it may be a different state, or it may be a different district. So whatever it is, if we classify the data based on different geographical location, means it may be country, state or districts. So such kind of classification we call it as geographical classification. For example, now same information will take, production of rice only will take. Here we classified on the basis of time, that is chronological. Here we classify on the basis of geographical location. Now here state, then production of here what we have taken, production of rice. For example, here we take Karnataka first, then Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, this one, or else here now Tamil Nadu, then Kerala. What is the production of rice? Here 105, Andhra Pradesh, here we take 150, then here 115 and here 90. So here we classify the data based on geographical location. Here the state and the production of rice. Here also we have seen production of rice. So here we classified based on the time, that is chronological. Here we classified based on different state, that is geographical classification. So this we call it as example. This is based on geographical location, this classification, and this classification is based on chronological order. So it's a chronological classification, it is a geographical classification. I hope you are clear with chronological and geographical classification. We will further move to qualitative and quantitative classification. Now, third one, that is qualitative classification. Now, what is this qualitative classification? It is the qualitative, if we classify the data based on qualitative characteristics. What are the qualitative characteristics? Qualitative characteristics we can call it as, it is like as I said, it's a beauty or the skin color, intelligent, gender. These are the qualitative characteristics. So if we classify based on the qualitative characteristics, we call qualitative classification. But this qualitative classification further divided into three. Only one classification, that is qualitative classification, we further divided into three. There first comes, that is the simple or one-way classification. Simple or one-way classification. Then second one, that is dichotomous classification. That is dichotomous classification. And the third one, manifold or contingency table or classification. Manifold or contingency table. Manifold or contingency table. So this is about the qualitative classification. Now we'll see what is that simple or one-way classification. The simple or one-way classification means where we classify based on single characteristics. Where units are classified based on single characteristics, we call it as simple or one-way classification. What is that? The first one, the simple classification, where we classify based on single characteristics, based on single characteristics. Where we classify the units based on single characteristic. For example, we'll see the example here. Now, a resident of particular locality. The resident of particular locality, we divide on the basis of occupation. Base of occupation, we divide. For example, here doctors. In a resident, doctors. How many doctors? We'll write 20 doctors. Then lawyers are there. 15 lawyers. And in that resident, teachers are there. Teachers, 110 teachers are there. And then in that locality, any other servant or any police. How many police? 1, 2 police. So here the people of particular residents or a locality, we divide it based on the occupation. We divide it here based on their occupation. What is that single characteristics? The occupation. Based on that, we divide the resident. We divide the resident based on the occupation. That we call it as simple or one-way classification. Now, here we will take the second one, B, that is dichotomous classification. The B, that is dichotomous. What do you mean by dicho? Dicho means two. Dicho means two. Where we divide the single characteristics into two classes. That single characteristics only, if we divide it into two classes, then we call it as dichotomous classification, where we divide the single characteristics into two classes. If we divide it into two classes, then we call it as dichotomous classification. Now here we will take the example. Take the example of, for example, now the residents of particular locality. Here residents are there. We divide them on the basis of gender. The resident of particular locality, actually we have to divide based on the gender. The gender is the characteristics. That characteristics we divide it into two classes. Which are those two classes? The male and female. Here residents of particular locality, we divide based on the gender. Into two classes, where we divide the characteristics into two classes. This is the characteristics of a person, gender, male and female, that is two classes. This kind of classification we call it as dichotomous classification. Where we are resident. Here we divide on the basis of occupation. We did not divide this occupation into two classes. But here we divided the gender into two classes, male and female. So such kind of classification we call it as dichotomous classification. And one more is there, manifold and contingency. That is when we divide particular data into two or more characteristics. We call it as contingency or manifold table. We will see what is that contingency and manifold table. We are in qualitative characteristics. There, the third one, that is C, the contingency where we divide the characteristics into two or more characteristics, that we call it as contingency or manifold table. How we divide? For example, we take here, initially it is about occupation. Initially it is about occupation. We take a occupation. Occupation, how many? Male occupation or female. And we further divide male into literate, and illiterate. Here females also literate and illiterate. Here we divide females also literate and illiterate. For the literate we divide it into married and unmarried. And illiterate also we divide into married, unmarried. This side also literate, married, unmarried, illiterate, married, unmarried. Further we can divide this married, employed, unemployed, employed, unemployed. So for this kind of classification we call it as manifold or contingency table. Now I hope you are clear. In case of qualitative classification means where we divide the data based on the qualitative characteristics. Qualitative characteristics are like, these are the beauty or the gender, or it might be the employment or literate. It says the particular person's characteristics. He is a literate person. Oh, he is a very educated person. By saying literate only we will understand. So such kind of, if we classify based on such kind of data, that is qualitative classification. It further divided into three, that is simple or one way, where we divide based on one characteristics. Next, dichotomous, where we divide one characteristics into two classes. Here we divide one characteristics into two or more classes, that is manifold or contingency table. So we completed with the qualitative classification, and last one it is quantitative classification. Last one it is quantitative classification. What is this quantitative classification? If we divide the data based on quantitative characteristics, what is that quantitative characteristics? The height, weight, the number of family members. So these are the quantitative characteristics, means these are the characteristics which we measure in terms of number, that we call it as quantitative characteristics. So if we classify the data based on quantitative characteristics, that we call it as quantitative classification. For example, height, take weight, number of persons, weight and number of persons. So here weight 40 to 50, 50 to 60. So the weight 60 to 70, 70 to 80. How many members are there? 40 to 50. In between that, how many members may come? 1, 6, here 1, 7, 9, 15. So these are this kind of classification we call it as quantitative classification, where we classify based on the quantitative characteristics. Quantitative characteristics and qualitative characteristics we studied in the first chapter while discussing about the basic concept. What is this qualitative characteristics? The characteristics which are not measured in numbers. The characteristics which are measured in numbers, quantitative, which are not measured in number, that is qualitative. For example, beauty. This person she is more beautiful than her. We can compare, but we cannot measure. her beauty is 78%, her beauty is 60%. So we cannot measure in numbers. Such kind of characteristics are qualitative. Quantitative, the height. He is heighter than that person. Yes, he is heighter. What is his height? We can measure. Height, we can measure 153 centimeter, this person. That person 130 centimeter. That is a characteristics which we can measure. So such kind of, based on such quantitative characteristics, if we classify, that is quantitative classification. On qualitative classification, if we classify, that is qualitative classification. So this is about the types of classification. So altogether there are four kinds of classification, that is chronological classification, where we divide the data based on time, and geographical classification, where we divide the data based on the geographical location, the state, district or the country. And third one, the qualitative classification, where we divide the data based on qualitative characteristics. It further divided into three types: the simple or one-way classification, dichotomous classification, and manifold or contingency table. And the last classification here comes quantitative classification. So this question is very, very important. Here this is about types of classification. We'll move, some of the concepts are there which you need to learn. We'll move towards that concept. We'll see the small topics, that is frequency distribution. What is that frequency distribution? So you have seen here, you can see here two tables. One is weight and number of person, and one more is number of children and number of families I have given. So this kind of distribution we call it as frequency distribution. So what is that frequency distribution? Frequency distribution is systematic presentation of values. So this frequency distribution is the systematic presentation of values taken by a variable along with their frequencies, So we can call it as frequency distribution. It is a systematic presentation of values. You can see the values and we present it in a systematic way. Values taken by a variable. What is variable? Variable is a quantitative characteristics. Which vary from person to person. See, it's a quantitative characteristics. Weight, the number of children. The children is a characteristics. It is a characteristics of that particular family, whether they have children or not. Children means it's a characteristic number of children. We present it in a number or a numerical way. It's a characteristics of a person. Weight, we present it in a numerical way. So variable is quantitative characteristics which vary. Vary means it differ from person to person. So such kind of characteristics along with their frequencies we are presenting. What are frequencies? So these are frequencies here. These are frequencies. The variable, the quantities are variable, and here these are variable. The systematic presentation of values taken by a variable along with their frequency. So what is frequencies then? What is frequency? Frequency is a number of times the observation is repeating. The number of times observation is repeating. So frequency is number of times and observation is repeating. What is that? Number of times an observation is repeating. For example, the 40 to 50, the weight, the number of persons having 40 to 50. How many people are there? 15. So 15 times this age group repeats. The 15 times this age group repeats. An observation if it repeats for number of times. So we call it as frequencies. So frequency is number of times an observation is repeating. This 50 number of times an observation is repeating. This observation is repeating how many times? 15 times. This particular observation is repeating 15 times. Here you see the 0. 0 is repeating. How many times it is repeating? 10 times is repeating because 10 families they don't have children. 10 families they don't have children. Here the 1, the number 1, how many times it is repeating? The 20 times. If an observation, if it repeating, the number of times an observation is repeating, that we call it as frequency. So these are the frequency, the variable presenting along with their frequency. That particular variable, how many times it repeats? This variable, how many times it repeats? 60 times. 60 families have 2 children. This 3, how many times it repeats? 40 times it is repeating. 4, how many times it repeats? 20 times. 20 families have 4 children. So an observation number of times if it repeats, that we call it as frequency. Then one more word comes there, class frequency. What is class frequency? It is nothing but frequency corresponding to particular class. We know that these are frequencies. What is class frequency? Class frequency, this is one class. What is the class frequency of this class? This is the frequency corresponding to particular class. This we call it as class. What is the frequency of that class? 15. What is the frequency of this class? 4. What is the the class frequency of this class? 12. What is the class frequency of this class? 13. This we call it as class. So class frequency is the frequency corresponding to particular class. The frequency corresponding to particular class, we call it as class frequency. These are one more question. What is class frequency? What is frequency? And what is frequency distribution? Now, in case of frequency distribution, there are two kinds of frequency distribution, that is discrete frequency distribution and continuous frequency distribution. One is discrete frequency distribution. One more is continuous frequency distribution. Now we have seen what is frequency distribution. If you present the variables along with their frequency in a systematic way, we call it as frequency distribution. And we have seen what are frequencies. And observation, if it repeats number of times, we call it as frequency. And we have also seen what is class frequency. The frequency corresponding to particular class. Now there are two kinds of frequency distribution. You can see here two kinds of distribution. Here one type of distribution, here one type of distribution. Now, discrete frequency distribution. This is a discrete frequency distribution and it is a continuous frequency distribution. Why we call it as discrete frequency distribution? Then what is discrete frequency distribution? Discrete frequency distribution means while framing a frequency distribution, if class intervals are not considered. Did we consider class intervals? What do we mean by class intervals? These are class intervals. These are 70 to 80, 50 to 60, 60 to 50. If we consider that we call it as class intervals. So, while framing frequency distribution, if we do not consider class intervals, if we do not consider frequency distribution. If we do not consider class interval, we call it as discrete frequency distribution. And while framing a class interval, if we consider class interval, if we consider the class interval, the gap, if we consider the class intervals, we call it as continuous frequency distribution. I hope you are clear. While framing class interval, while framing frequency distribution, if we do not consider class intervals, that is discrete frequency distribution, and while framing a frequency distribution, if we consider class intervals, it is continuous frequency distribution. Remember this is very important even for theory purpose and also for while solving problem. You will get this kind of problems. So this is about discrete and continuous frequency distribution. These all the terms are very important. Please make a note in your notes book. These terms you please make a note in your notebook. If you are not very much clear about the sentences, means please go through your textbook once. So you have to maintain this. What is class frequency? What and all the terms, their meanings I will be giving. That is important that you have to make a note there. Frequency, class frequency, discrete frequency distribution, continuous frequency distribution. Some other how to frame this kind of frequency distribution. Discrete. Firstly, we are going to see discrete frequency. Then we are going to see continuous frequency distribution. Now here I have written example. How to frame this? How we get this 10, 20, 30? How we get this 0 to 1, 9 2? That we'll see in the next session. For today's session, we can wind up. We have seen types of classification, 4 kinds. Then we have seen the frequency distribution. What is frequency distribution? What is frequency? What is class frequency? What is discrete frequency distribution? And what is continuous frequency distribution?